Comic Book Club. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
I'm Pete.
And we are celebrating Free Comic Book Day.
Yes.
It's a little too fancy. It's a little too fancy.
Very exciting. And, of course, Free Comic Book Day would not be complete without the previous night, a big comic book movie opening.
Yep.
Last night was X-Men Origins Wolverine. I'm sure plenty of you have checked it out.
Yeah.
But what did you guys think? We went to see it last night.
We all saw it together. It was
Yes,
really
it was
nice.
very exciting. We all held hands the whole movie.
Why don't you go?
What I want to start off, because obviously there's been, this is not a surprise, there's been a lot of negative reviews out there.
Right.
Let's talk about things that we liked about the movie before we rip it to snicked shreds.
Okay, hold on a
That's
second.
what's going to happen.
So I'm sure it would be easier for us to come up with something positive.
Why don't you go first, Alex?
No, why don't you guys go first?
No,
I
said
think
something positive.
it'll be easy. Just think for a second, something positive is bound to jump in your head. Like,
Alex, why don't you go first?
No, why don't you go first? Why don't you go? Alright, okay, totally seriously, I will say one thing that I did like. I actually thought that the movie in the first half was not as bad as I thought it would be. In particular, I liked the opening sequence a lot. The title sequence showing Sabretooth and Wolverine fighting in various wars was very propulsive and gave you a real sense of their relationship and their story that ideally should have played out throughout the movie.
And it made the arc of Sabretooth really believable and interesting. He started out as kind of like a good guy with bad intentions a little bit, and then just he became a bad guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought that was great and really smart. And it's amazing that all these comic movies have really great title sequences, and then are either good or terrible.
Right. And I even liked, actually, the first 10 to 15 minutes or so of the movie. I thought it was fun, putting the team together. You have Deadpool, you have some other characters, totally unimportant. But the first 10 to 15 minutes were still, they kept up the momentum, I think, of the title sequence.
I can't believe Ryan Reynolds made such a big deal about getting to play Deadpool when he was Deadpool for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he was at the beginning and the end of the movie.
And this move, I was like, that's stupid.
Wait, you're supposed to be positive, dude. This is
the other positive thing I would say about the movie is Hugh Jackman, as always, is good. He's really good as Wolverine. The unfortunate part, and I think we can transition into negative here, is they give him and almost everybody in the movie nothing to do.
It's just so goofy what happens when the camera stays on them. Like when he's, I was saying this last night, when he's on the nuclear tower, the cement thing, and it's falling apart. And
spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, and he's like, whoa, and he jumps off. It's like a scene from That 70s Show where on the water tower and they jump off. But yeah, you're right. Hugh Jackman was awesome, and I don't know how he has that much muscle.
Oh man,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
like the veins.
Jacked.
It looks like it's CGI, but it's straight the way it is.
Speaking of CGI, actually, I'm not going to ruin this thing because you guys will get mad. But oh man, the CGI towards the end of the movie. There's one scene, you guys who have seen it know what I'm talking about, where one character in particular is CGI'd, is one of the worst things I have ever seen in a major studio movie.
Yeah.
In fact, if anything, I would say that, like, the first half of the movie in total was not terrible, and I thought, oh, this is better than I thought it would be, and everything started to fall apart towards the end. The dialogue got worse, the acting got worse.
There's a scene with a dead character. You can see the character moving and breathing when he or she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
So it was shocking. And yeah, it's just so goofy. It's just poorly made, which I was surprised about. It's a bad script, but on top of it, it's even more poorly made as a movie.
Yeah.
Which you would think...
let's stop now for a second. I don't think Pete has actually said anything about
what happened?
Pete, Wolverine is one of your favorite characters.
I am sick and tired of paying $12 for a movie and then just getting squarely kicked in the nuts. This is ridiculous. I'm sick and tired of just watching things that I love be raped on screen and then I have to walk away and somehow continue my life. This is ridiculous. This is my favorite character. I have done nothing but support Wolverine as a comic and as a something that I believe in, and then you shit on me. Why? Why would you make this joke of a movie?
We're not sending this to Fox.
It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous. If you're going to take something and put it on screen, if you're going to change something, you have to make it better.
Like what? Say something
specific.
No, it's... Deadpool was not Deadpool. As soon as the movie started and they were showing the titles, as soon as I saw Will I Am, I should have got up and left, because that was my fucking thought, and I should have done it.
It was weird. He was really
horrible.
poorly cast in that.
Oh my God.
He like mumbled all of his lines.
Jesus Christ. There's a point in the movie where Wolverine and Will.i.am, who's playing like a guy who teleports
It's like
or whatever.
it's John Ray.
Yeah, Wolverine is going to go to New Orleans, and Will.i.am is like, should I come with you? And he's like, no, this is something I have to do alone. And Will.i.am's like, no, I'll come with you. And I'm like, please don't.
Yeah.
Please not. And then they have a really long sequence where they drive motorcycles.
Together, almost holding hands.
Why don't they just fucking
From
teleport
Las
this
Vegas
down?
to New Orleans. And I'm like, man, that is a long time. I hope they don't show any of that.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the Gambit. The guy that did the Gambit and the way that was written was so bad.
The biggest thing I think about this movie, one of the big problems as it goes on, there's so many mutants in it, that it felt like they were almost working against making it a team movie.
Yeah.
Like, the screenwriters wanted to make it a team movie, and every character comes up and is like, hey, Wolverine, can I help you out? And he's like, nope. And they're like, oh, all right.
See you later.
Just sort of shuffling off screen. It almost should have been a team movie.
Yeah,
Well-
it should have been X-Men 4 because it was not Wolverine's origin story, I'll tell you that much. It was just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, and there are some lines at the end too about that Stryker's saying about what he ends up doing to Wolverine that
And
are
then, like-
so goofy and like so.
And then to have the after credits, like little things, were ridiculous.
Oh,
Don't stay around.
No, stay around. It's worth it to see that someone had that idea and then made that happen. And that
Yeah,
is
the
true.
after credit sequences are probably some of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I want to emphasize that this movie is not, I disagree with Pete, it's not a complete waste of time.
Oh, really?
Right.
No,
you had a good time? You thought
Well,
it was
it's,
great?
I mean, it's
The
cool to
first
see.
half of the movie I don't think was terrible, and I
No,
don't
completely
think,
disagree.
this is faint praise, but I don't think it was as bad. It didn't make me as angry as X-Men 3.
Huge
Like,
X-Men.
Really?
X-Men 3, I came out of there and I was mad. And this movie, I was just like, yeah,
Lower expectations.
absolutely. I think I had incredibly low expectations for this movie, and the first half was fun.
Yeah.
It's faint praise.
No.
It really is.
Later on in the movie, the White Queen is around. Not too much of a spoiler, and she uses her diamond powers, and it looks literally like someone bedazzled a human, bedazzled the actor, and then it's like perfect.
Oh, and guys, another
Bring it.
little spoiler. I know who your favorite character from the first three X-Men movie was. It was Cyclops. Everybody
Yeah.
who loves Cyclops finally brought it back. The only thing that I thought was missing is there should have been a scene where young Cyclops and Wolverine, they're talking, and Wolverine is like, listen, if you ever don't know it's me,
Yeah.
I'm going to call you a dick, and then you'll know it's me. And Cyclops will be like, got it. And
Well, they
we'll be
make
like, yeah.
they make so much hay about like having Cyclops and Wolverine in the same room, but not knowing. Like Cyclops has blinders on, so he can't see that Wolverine's there, like
Yeah.
helping him out.
It's something that it felt like the studio asked for a bunch of things,
Oh.
and every single person, the actors, the writers, the directors, had to jump backwards through hoops to make
Yeah.
things work.
The big fight at the end.
It was ridiculous. And there were all these horrible lines trying to justify bullshit that was going on.
The big fight at the end, kind of the climactic fight, I guess. It literally, you could be playing Mortal Kombat and it would have been just as
Yeah,
interesting.
so
it looks and feels like
Here's my
watching
question for you,
Mortal
because
Kombat.
we're running out of time. That was the positive stuff we thought about the movie.
Yeah.
What was the negative
The
stuff?
fonts were terrible in this movie. It was ridiculous. I don't know who's choosing this, but it would have been better with wingdings.
Wingdings, really. Let us know what you guys thought about the movie. Are you as angry as Pete? Are you as meh about it as I am, or whatever Justin was thinking?
I'm happy. Just being alive.
Also, let us know what you picked up for Free Comic Book Day, where you went to the store. Let us know about that. Obviously, we didn't really talk
Free
about
Comic
that.
Book Day!
Yeah.
Bring a friend to Free Comic Book Day and pick up some comics. Get outside, stop watching this video. If you have a question for us, write us at thecomicbookclub@yahoo.com. Comment below, upload your video responses. Check out our blog, popcultureshock.com/club. Go on iTunes, Comic Book Club Live, and
If you're ever in New York City on a Tuesday night, why don't you pay some money and kick me in the fucking nuts?
Yes!